Alrighty, so before I completely lose all memory of it, I wanted to talk about Toradora. So I just recently finished it, and it was really, really good. Like, I'm really surprised that I liked it as much as I did, because I'm not really normally the kind of guy who watches, I don't know, I guess like slice of life animes and stuff like that. But it was only one season, and I do really like one season animes, like stuff where it's, you know, sort of like get in, you enjoy the show, and then it's over with, and then that's it. Like, I love watching animes start to finish and not having to worry about waiting for new episodes to come out or waiting for new dubbed episodes to come out, because I do watch shows dubbed. But this one was really, really good. I enjoyed this one a lot. It's a lot of the episodes are very sort of cliffhangery, where you're like, oh man, I really want to watch the next episode. And like, I don't know, you get to know the characters and you get to build relationships with them and stuff like that. And there's just like all kinds of like interesting things, and you can sort of pick up on some notes and stuff like that that sort of allude to what's going to happen. Like, after I've completely watched the show at this point, like looking back at it, you can kind of see some of the stuff that's going to happen in retrospect, but you obviously don't know that it's going to happen because you're, you know, watching the show and you're just having a good time and everything like that. But honestly, it was really, really fun to watch. I really enjoyed it, and I don't know. The only things that were really weird were the very ending. It was very confusing without getting into spoilers. Like, I was just like, I don't know what just happened. Like, I'm not sure why they went about doing it the way they did, but after looking into it a little bit more, it's actually a really good ending, because it shows a lot of character growth and stuff like that between the two main characters, and it's a really cool sort of like journey to go on, I guess, because it's only one season. It's like 25 episodes long. You can literally just watch it over the span of like a week. I'm sure if you tried hard, you could probably watch it in like a couple of days. But like, I was genuinely like excited. Like, I normally watch animes like when I'm laying in bed to go to sleep, and I was like genuinely excited to like lay down each night and watch like a couple of episodes of the show. And I would try to stay up as long as I could, because certain, you know, like I said, a lot of the times it'll cliffhanger and you're like, God, I really want to go to sleep, but I need to see what happens. So it was really cool. A lot of the characters are super, you know, relatable and stuff. It's like a high school anime, so I guess it makes sense that the characters are sort of, you know, relatable. They're not supposed to be like big bad superheroes like I'm used to in like shonen anime. There's not a lot of fighting or anything like that. There's a lot of just like lighthearted like comedy, and there's a lot of feelings and stuff like that in it, which is definitely not normally what I see in anime, because I don't really watch a whole lot of stuff like this. So it definitely has opened my eyes to a lot of stuff like this. Like, I'm definitely looking into trying to find more animes that are kind of like this. A friend of mine has recommended Steins Gate, so I will probably watch that sometime in the near future. But that's pretty much all I have to say without spoilers. I'm going to stop you right here, I guess. If you haven't watched the show, I definitely recommend you watch it. It's not long. It is on Netflix. I don't know if it's on Hulu, but Netflix has the whole thing if you have Netflix. And or you can probably try to find it online. But getting into spoilers, I wasn't the biggest fan of how the show sort of went about the ending and everything like that. Like, obviously, once Taiga and Ryu honestly figure out like how they feel about each other, and they go after each other and everything like that, like, I thought that was really cool. That was the moment that everybody had pretty much been waiting for. And then he's just like, I don't know, it's just like super like straightforward about it, and he's like, let's go get married. And I'm like, God, I don't really like know if that's the appropriate response here. And he's like, let's run away together and get married. And I was like, why is he saying all of this? Why are they trying to move so fast? And it was really like, oh my God, like, it kind of like almost like brought me down a little bit. Like, I was like, ooh, like, I don't like how he's going about this, and I'm not a big fan. But, you know, she's on board with the whole thing, and it's fine and dandy. And then later, like after an episode or so, obviously they come to their senses and realize that's probably not the smart way to go about it. But yeah, they get back and everything's going fine, and then she just up and leaves, and I was like, what is happening? Like, I don't understand. And then the show pretty much just ends. Like, I mean, there's a little bit of like, you know, commentary with the characters and stuff like that in school after Taiga leaves, and then the credits roll, and you're like, okay. But you do have to wait and watch there's like a 1 minute scene at the very end of the show after the credits roll, and I was like, I'm glad I, held out after the thing ended there, because like I was just like in awe how they could end it like that. And then obviously in the last scene, he like sees her in the window, like he sees her hair blowing out of the window or whatever, and he's like, oh my god, and he runs up there, and then they meet each other, and I don't know, it's really cool. It's a really, really good show. I think there was a lot of like good moments in it, and it was just fun to see the dynamic of like two people in love with their best friends, and then like obviously it was a given they were going to slowly fall in love with each other, I guess. But it's like, I don't know, it's just one of those things where you can clearly see it happening, but the characters are so oblivious to it that you're like, oh my god, like just do something. And Ami is like, the whole time she's like, I cannot believe you don't understand what's going on. And every time she like says stuff, I was kind of like I'm not exactly sure what you're talking about, but like once you get to the end of the show, it really does bring it all back together and stuff. So it was really good. I think it would be beneficial to watch it a second time and sort of pick up on a lot of those like subtle hints and stuff like that you sort of miss going through the first time. I don't necessarily think that I'm going to watch it a second time so soon, but it's definitely a really good show. I've already bought the first edition of the light novel because I thought it was that good. I don't know if I'm going to buy all 10 volumes of it. I've been on this thing where I buy like the first volume of a lot of shows like mangas and stuff like that. And I kind of wish I would have bought the manga of Toradora instead of the light novel, because I'm not huge into like reading books, but like I like manga and stuff like that. So I kind of wish I would have got that. But at the same time, I think the light novel is really, really cool. So yeah, I think I will probably try to watch this again sometime in the future, but who knows when it'll be, because obviously there's a lot of stuff out there to watch. So I don't know. Yeah, that's pretty much it though. At the moment, I'm watching Baki on Netflix, which is a whole roller coaster, so I'm sure I'll talk about that sometime in the near future when I finish the first 3 parts of that. And that's pretty much it. So, I don't know. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed. Let me know some recommendations or something if you have any. Other than that, see you in the next one.